Going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Always Compete Seahawks podcast. I am Sam, and that is Mike.
It feels good, man. Feels good.
It's weird because, sure, Seahawks have only lost 2 straight games, but as a Seahawks fan, it feels weird to lose that many games in a row. You feel a little bit deprived. And the Seahawks yanked out a win versus our biggest rival, the San Francisco 49ers, 28-21 in their house today. It is Russell Wilson's 6,000th career win versus the 49ers.
They just stopped keeping track. There's so many. They just stopped keeping track at this point.
It's kind of,
he's going to have more wins against the Niners than he has passing yards, very soon. So
yeah, Russ, I believe he's on pace for like 50,000 career wins versus the Niners. So,
On a real note, though, he did get his 100th win today.
Nice.
Today was his 100th win. Took him long enough. We were supposed to get that week 2, but getting against the Niners this week is fine. But, man, I am just so happy that we got this win. I came into this game nervous as fuck. I won't lie.
Throughout the first quarter,
oh, my God, shitting my pants.
I'm like this. I texted Mike, after the first 4 drives between both teams where the Niners scored
3 and out sack.
The Niners scored 3 and out. The Niners throw a pick, and then we go 3 and out again. And I texted Mike. I just said, "We're not good enough."
No, we're not.
Which at the time was especially true.
Especially to see Sidney Jones get mossed by the backup tight end, I was like,
yeah. And Sidney Jones did turn out to not play a terrible game. He had a rough start. But
Sidney Jones had 2 really bad plays, and the rest of the game he was fine. The blown coverage was bad, and the play he got mossed against the tight end was bad. Other than that, it's only 2 touchdowns. It's bad. But other than that, which we can iron out, he played a good game. I was very happy with how
he settled in. He did settle in, which is always good to see. It was a very long early game for a lot of Seahawks fans. The game it seemed like nothing was working, and it seemed like we just couldn't get consistency anywhere. We couldn't amount drives to anything important. So we're both sitting here. We're just like I was nervous. I was nervous because we can't get the offense going on the run or the pass. And then Jimmy Garoppolo comes out and he wants to toast us in the first half,
what?
In some unknown way, the 49ers had outgained the Seahawks up until the second half. They had up until the last drive of the first half. They had outgained the Seahawks 238 to -8, and yet it was a 7-0 game.
I think. Honestly, there's a science behind. I don't know if it's capitalizing, because the Seahawks are very good at capitalizing on stuff. They didn't do anything for the whole first half until the last drive. They're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna march down the field and score. And say what you want about the defense in the first half. Did they let up a lot of yards? Absolutely, but they didn't let them score outside of that one play. Yeah. So, a definition of bend, don't break. Lots of bend, not a lot of break. Obviously, we had that one drive at the end of the half where I honestly didn't think DK Metcalf was in the end zone, but I'm not going to complain.
It was inconclusive, so
I'm not going to complain, honestly. Yeah. And then going into the half, 7-7 Niners or Seahawks, kind of stole some momentum. Yeah. Niners were playing fantastic defensively. I was thinking, all right, we need to get some stops. And then Trey Lance is on the field. I'm like, what? What is
Trey Lance is on the field. I'm like, okay.
It was a calf strain.
Interesting. Yeah. AKA Jimmy, we'll give you a bonus. We'll give you a bonus if you fall down and pretend like you're hurt.
AKA Jimmy, you ass Trey, get in there.
It had very much okay, let's try to get Trey Lance in the game and say that Jimmy G's hurt.
Yeah.
Because frankly, Jimmy G played fine. He just didn't really finish much in that first half. He didn't do
good. He wasn't good, but he wasn't atrocious. But he wasn't good by any means. No. I would have played Lance at the half too. I just think it was funny how they said calf strain or whatever it was. So
it's a calf strain. So
second half. Sorry. You go ahead.
So DK caps off that drive with a touchdown. Very solid looking play. We're not going to try to keep this video too uniform. We're just going to kind of dive on in and talk about, just kind of ramble on about what we thought was good. How would you grade Russell Wilson's performance today?
A+. A+.
I would say in the first half, it was probably hovering around like a C minus.
Okay,
because he did not have any time, which is kind of what you have to give him credit to.
He missed the throw to in the first half. I suppose that's fair. But in the second half, I mean, the dude was fantastic.
Yeah,
he's fantastic.
And something that I noticed in the second half is that it appears that our game plan going into the second half was, okay, we're gonna let you guys walk up to the line. We're gonna give Russ we're gonna let Russ do a hard count. He's gonna walk up and change the play. He was changing the play at the line of scrimmage like every play.
I think that
has to be a collective coaching decision to say we're going to see what they're going to give us and then set it up, which worked a lot.
My best guess of what happened was in the huddle, Russell Wilson called 2 or 3 plays, and they said, we're going to run. We have these 3 plays, and then Russell Wilson would get to the line. He'd say, all right, play 2. We're going to run the second play I called. And so that way they kind of had those plays called, and Russell Wilson, based on the defense, picked which one he liked. I was very nervous for the second half because we were atrocious in the second half offensively throughout this whole season so far. But we were very good offensively in the second half. In the
second half, we kind of exploded. We exploded.
Defensively, we were good. Yeah. Offensively, special teams. I've never seen somebody fumble a kickoff twice in a single play, but you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the 2 magic plays that Russell Wilson had. First of all, that scramble was beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
What, the one where he scored the touchdown on?
Yeah, on the corner, and then spinning out of a tackle, floating to his right,
easy sack.
95% of NFL quarterback. You know who gets out of that tackle? Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray. Those are the only. And
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson. Those are the only 3 quarterbacks that don't get sacked on that play. Spins around, rolls to his right, perfect throw, Freddie Swain, end zone touchdown. How do you defend that? You can't.
You can't. I mean, it's just Russ making magic happen. That was a really well-run blitz that totally fooled the Seahawks, and it was just run really well. And
if I remember correctly, they just had a free rusher off the edge, right? I mean, he got right to Russ Wilson. He wasn't even blocked. Yeah.
I mean,
and Russ just said, nope.
Mike, if you were to look at this stat sheet here, so I'm going to read you like certain things that are like overall team stats. I'm going to give you a team A and a team B. Let me know which team you think won. Team A had 14 first downs. Team B had 23. Team A had 234 total yards. Team B had 457 total yards. Team A had 4.3 yards a carry. Team B had 6.3. I mean, not yards per carry, yards per play. And they also had way more rushing yards and just overall stuff like that. Overall, was better on defense. What team do you think won? Team A or Team B?
Probably Team B, but I know. But
yeah, Team A, the Seahawks.
Yeah, that's part of the magic. That's part of the magic of, I think, Russell Wilson is just he has the ability to win games in which the Seahawks just get outplayed. We were outplayed for a large portion of this game. The 49ers should have won this game.
It was honestly the 49ers made a lot of crucial mistakes. Us taking advantage.
It was a combination of 49ers mistakes and Russ just making magic happen. He just made magic happen.
He just made things out of nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, this was a solid game for us. It was a solid game.
Yeah.
It's not by any means a great game.
We have a big game coming up
to fix. We have a big game this week, and maybe a little bit of a confidence booster for us is that the Rams just got shellacked by the Cardinals.
Watch the film how they did that. I haven't been watching that Rams game. I'll watch the film.
You best believe they're going to watch that film all week.
Oh, absolutely. Can you imagine, really quick, we're 1-2. What if I would have told you last week after the Vikings game, oh yeah, you're going to go beat the 49ers next week, and then you're going to beat the Rams on Thursday night? I mean, what a way to turn around the season. I'm not saying we beat the Rams, not jinxing. By the way, Sam, I don't know if you watched the episode I did with Matt. I did predict the 49ers to win. In my heart of hearts, I knew Seattle was winning, but I had to jinx it. I had to take one.
I also had the 49ers winning. Me and my family, we do a a game picks thing where we make a spreadsheet of the games and we pick the games and we tabulate the amount of games we had right at the end of the year to see who wins the overall year. I picked the 49ers this week.
You had a jinx. We had to take one for the team. You're welcome, Seattle fans. You're welcome.
You best believe I'm taking the Rams next week.
Matthew Stafford MVP, baby. Let's get it.
Matthew Stafford MVP season. Rams are in fact the best team in the league.
Anyway, I just want to say really quick one thing. I said in my preview that I thought Jamal Adams was going to have a big game. Jamal Adams was a monster today.
He lit up George Kittle in the end zone.
Monster. He had like 3 pass breakups. He was good in the run. And I think people are like, oh, Jamal's a linebacker. Jamal had like 3 pass breakups today.
Yeah, Jamal Adams.
Saved
looking at his
2
stats.
touchdowns.
He had 6 total tackles for a solo. He had only had 1 pass defense.
But technically pass defense. But like
speaking of passes defense, he had 9 total passes defense.
Another thing I have to say, Ryan Neal is a monster.
Yeah, he had a good game. Ryan Neal had a pass defense, 5 tackles, 4 solo.
Yeah, no, but going back to Jamal Adams, on that little toss back throw that they did, Jamal Adams saved a touchdown from George Kittle right there, number 1. Number 2, he saved a touchdown with George Kittle later in the game when Trey Lance, beautiful throw. I feel bad that it wasn't a touchdown because it was a great throw. Jamal Adams just knocked him out.
Yeah, knocks George Kittle on his butt.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's the kind of play we need from our safeties in the back. So Jamal Adams is awesome. He played awesome today.
Jamal Adams had a great game. Darrell Taylor had a sack.
Darrell Taylor
giving him now 3 on the season.
It seems like Darrell Taylor just every week is just like, yeah, I'm gonna get a sack real quick.
Yeah,
like he's okay though.
Darrell Taylor is making stuff happen. We had a lot of plays where we had gotten a really good amount of pressure where stuff just didn't go our way. Like that play where Trey Lance rolled out of the pocket and had like 10 yards after Carlos Dunlap misses the football, misses a strip sack by like an inch.
Carlos did a lot better today also. Carlos was a lot better.
He had a lot more. He had a lot more moments today.
It seemed
where
like
okay, he's playing really well. Jordan Brooks had his first career sack.
That was awesome. And he got a stop on 4th down, which was awesome.
Yeah.
It seemed like with Carlos, it seemed like he was trying to catch like a squirrel when Trey Lance, he would he'd reach. He was this close to sacking Trey Lance like 3 times. But just the pressure obviously is good enough. Al Woods, big play.
Al Woods had a couple of nice plays. He had 2 total quarterback hits, a pass defense. Nice day for him. Puna had a tackle for loss. You love to see it.
Also, he messed up their 1 screen pass. Good, smart play by him. He kind of played back and messed up the screen pass. DK was awesome.
He had a solid game. He had a solid game.
Didn't do anything, but that's because they game planned around Tyler Lockett. It was very obvious.
Deebo Samuel would not have had as many yards as he did if the Seahawks communicated that pass coverage correctly.
If Sidney Jones plays, my theory is that was a cover 2 because Jamal was in the flat right there, clearly playing the zone. And I think Sidney Jones was supposed to play the deep zone, but I think he thought it was man. I don't know what.
Yeah, Sidney Jones followed.
Yeah, he thought it was man.
He followed I think Brandon Ayuk he was covering.
Yeah, he was supposed to play the deep zone.
Yeah, so we gotta be better on.
What are you gonna do?
But I mean, it's just
when you can give him a free touchdown and you still win by a touchdown. I mean, that's just.
Alex Collins had a great game. We have our first interception of the year goes to Mr. Quandre Diggs.
Love you, Quandre.
Who had a nice pick today.
Which we didn't capitalize on, but it was still cool that he got it.
Yeah, it's a little plaque that he'll get one day. I mean, on a different note, Nick Bosa had 3 quarterback hits.
Can't be. Dwayne Brown got killed in the first half, and then it seemed like he kind of settled it.
Yeah, I mean,
Nick Bosa was not really.
Overall, I think the pass rush. I mean, we had the same amount of quarterback hits, and they had 1 more sack than us. However, they also had 4 more tackles for loss. So give or take, But one thing, so let's grade by position group how we feel they did. We already gave Russ a grade. I'd probably say he's an A-. A- B+ for me range. Yeah. Running backs, Alex Collins played really well. We had just over 100 yards rushing. I give it like a B, maybe a B-.
I'll give it a C+ because it wasn't any big runs, but it was like 3 or
like Alex Collins had a really nice touchdown run where he just found every lane possible.
I forgot about that. bump it up to a B because of that run. But every run was basically like 3 yards.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less. That's kind
Wide
of Chris Carter's formula.
Wide receivers.
I'll give it
DK had a solid game.
Everyone was kind of a lot
of people
quiet.
say that DK dropped that deep pass that Russ threw really well. It was if you watch the replay, it was not a drop. It never hit his hands.
It was
Emmanuel Mosley. It hit
yeah.
Emmanuel Mosley's arm. It never hit DK's hands. So
I said when it happened, I thought Russ should have put it out a little bit more.
Yeah, usually Russ puts that ball DK to stop. Usually Russ puts that ball 5 yards further.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily a bad throw, but
maybe that's a touchdown.
DK's long arms are so long. Just put it out there. But
maybe that's a touchdown.
I'll give wide receivers a C. I don't think
I'll give wide receivers a C plus. They were fine.
Offensive line, I'll probably give a C.
O-line, they were like a C plus.
They were an F in the first half.
Yeah, but they really settled into themselves. Yeah, they found their spot. Let's go with D-line. D-line, I'm going to give this B minus. I feel like we gave the quarterback a little bit too much time.
Yeah. There was a lot of pressure, though. Like, there was a lot of pressure from Jimmy. Like, Alton Robinson in the first half had Jimmy like this, almost got him down.
There was a good amount of pressure, good amount of hits. Just need to be able to finish on that.
Yeah.
I'd give it like a B minus because the opportunities were there. We just got to be better on finishing.
Yep.
Linebackers, Bobby Wagner and Jordan Brooks played both pretty well. I'm giving it an A. Jordan Brooks had his first career sack, also had a tackle for loss and a pass defense and a quarterback hit. Jesus Christ. Jordan Brooks filling up the stat sheet.
Jinx. Yeah, Bobby Wagner, by the way, we're not going to talk about that diving swap play. Get that shit off his field. That was so nice. If he would have picked that off,
I love Bobby Wagner. Yeah. Just a legend, a forever legend.
Love Bobby.
Let's go to corners. C. They adjusted and they played better in the second half.
Yeah.
Realistically, take away that Debo play, and they played pretty well in the second half. But
that's like a big goof though.
Yeah.
You can't let a guy just get 9
in a game that's closer, that's like a killer right there.
Oh yeah. We won by a touchdown. If we wouldn't have got that last touchdown and that tied the game up, that is like a cuttable offense by Sidney Jones.
Yeah.
Other than that though, I thought he was really good.
Yeah, they're fine.
Don't get mossed by the backup tight end next time, and then I think we're chilling.
Safeties. Quandre had a pick. Jamal Adams. A across the board.
100%.
Let's go to kickers, including Michael Dixon, Jason Myers. Michael Dixon, 50 yards average. Jason Myers hit all of his extra points. Can't really say much more than that. Give it a solid.
Gosh. I'm gonna give him an A, and it's almost an A plus, dude. That one of those last punts where Michael Dixon hit it at the one and it bounced up, and Penny Hart just wasn't able to shovel it in. Man, that would have been so nasty if Penny Hart was able to just. But NA.
And finally, let's go to coaching.
I'll give.
In my opinion, this is the best coaching performance of the year so far.
This is the best coaching game.
With how it's because I think it's pretty clear that the way that the Seahawks ran offense in the second half is a Shane Waldron and Russ thing. Like, okay, we're gonna walk up to the line, see what they give us, and make a call.
Yes. Shane Waldron was 100% better in the second half. And I don't like doing this, and I know I made a video about him earlier. I think Ken Norton did a good job of adjusting to the Niners because the Niners weren't going to throw the ball deep. So he played a lot of his guys close to the line of scrimmage. They defended the edge pretty well.
Yeah.
I said Ken Norton did a pretty good job.
We didn't give up any super chunk runs. It was more like accumulative runs.
Yeah, it was like
Trey Sermon.
Maybe 5 or 6 a couple times.
Yeah, it was not like Alexander Madison last week where he's ripping off 20 yards a rush consistently back to back to back.
Yeah.
So there was some changes made that I felt were pretty good.
Yeah.
Kind of wrapping up. I think overall the grade today has to be only a B. I feel like I can't give it much higher than that because in a game where if we perform like this versus the Rams next week, we will lose.
I would agree. We can't play one half of offense. We can't give up those free 70-yard touchdowns. And we can't let Russell Wilson.
We can't pray that we get out yarded by 230 and then hope that it's only a 7-point game.
Yeah, no. We have to play a full game of football. We played a really good second half.
Which is pleasing because now I'm like, okay, this is normal Seahawks now.
Right. We played a really good second half. We got to play a really good 60 minutes on Thursday. So I think that's going to wrap it up. Obviously, this week is a little weird with the game being on Thursday, so our preview will probably come out Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday. We'll probably have videos for you guys on Monday and Tuesday, but thanks for checking in.
Give us your thoughts in the comments below on the game.
And, man, I hope we can win on Thursday. See you guys later.
Peace.